During this Wednesday's City Council meeting at Barrie City Hall, the City Council unanimously approved a motion put forward by Ward 10 Councillor Bryn Hamilton, which was seconded by Ward 9 Councillor Sergio Morales. During this unusual meeting, several controversial occurrences unfolded. First, Hamilton had branded the motion as a solution to chronic homelessness. However, out of the entire 500-word proposal, merely 26 words were assigned to housing. Surprisingly, the responsibility of implementation was merely passed to the county and province levels. Instead of focusing on the homeless people, Hamilton's discussion about chronic homelessness concentrated more on its impact on city resources and residents with homes. Second, the motion granted Chief Administrative Officer Michael Prowse an unprecedented degree of authority. He is now going to devise ways to penalize those aiding homeless individuals with food and groceries in public areas without a permit. This marked a surprising change in city's approach, potentially denying immediate help to the vulnerable. Furthermore, the motion was presented without a prior notice, leaving both the residents and media uninformed of its existence until its sudden introduction. In response to Barrie Community Media, Ward 2 Councillor Craig Nixon clarified that it was the result of several months of discussions among all councillors, including Mayor Alex Nuttall. Nixon justified the process and reassured that the motion's introduction doesn't guarantee its implementation. Residents, he said, will be allowed to voice their opinions. However, the choice to keep such a significant and sensitive motion from public view raises concerns about the Council's commitment to a democratic process. Third, Councillors Anne-Marie Kungal and Amy Corser appeared taken aback by certain sections of the motion. Nevertheless, according to Craig Nixon, they too had reviewed the final draft on Monday, May 15th, prior to the meeting. Councillor Kungal did not respond to queries from Barrie Community Media and blocked responses to a tweet in which she expressed satisfaction regarding funds allocated for a cooling center. However, former Ward 2 Councillor Keenan Alvin pointed out that there were no specific funds earmarked for a cooling center, and these funds could be used for enforcement measures to halt aid distribution on public property. Fifth, several comments made by Councillor Morales and Mayor Nuttall were either irrelevant or portrayed the homeless population negatively. Councillor Morales told a personal story about fearing the loss of his iPad during a cinema visit, hinting at a rise in crime in Barrie. Despite no break-in or loss of laptop, he rushed out of the theater, putting his unfounded fear about the real problems faced by homeless people. His anecdote inadvertently shed a negative light on the homeless population. He too did not respond to emails asking clarification about the incident. Mayor Nuttall presented a slideshow showing debris he claimed was left by homeless people, but didn't give solid proof that the litter was from their campsite. While he mentioned the deaths of homeless people intent, he failed to share a plan how to improve their safety and security. Sixth, the motion includes a Family Reunification Fund, which would cover transportation costs to reunite individuals with their families and support groups. Ward 6 Councillor Nigusi expressed his support for this measure, citing his interactions with homeless individuals who missed their families and friends. Ward 7 Councillor Gary Harvey and Mayor Alex Nuttall also backed the reunification idea. However, it's important to note that many people leave home due to abuse, and missing their families doesn't justify sending them back without support. Councillor Nigusi, Mayor Nuttall and I came to Canada from elsewhere. Nigusi as a refugee, Mayor and myself as immigrants. I often hear comments suggesting I should go back to where I come from. Councillor Nigusi said many homeless people aren't from Barrie and should be sent back to their families. But in truth, none of us, including the entire council, are originally from Barrie or even Canada, except for the indigenous people. A few weeks back at the City Hall, a white resident from Barrie, indirectly criticizing the Indian community, blamed people from Brampton for the affordable housing crisis. Yet the entire council, including Mayor Nuttall and Councillor Nigusi, stayed silent, failing to defend their residents. The new provision suggests the council is further reinforcing this stance. Seventh, the motion includes support for banks and warming centers, but the proposals lack concrete solutions beyond engaging with the county and province. Strikingly, the measures against homeless are action oriented. Summarizing, the motion seems to primarily aim to 1. Make life harder for the homeless population by depriving them of food and shelter. 2. Physically remove homeless individuals from Barrie and send them back to possibly abusive families without support. And 3. Delegate the responsibilities of housing to the county and province.